Hi, this is Lori from Lori Lynn Designs. Today I'm making my first attempt at the Pointy Layer designs. I signed up to enter the July 2019 Soap Challenge Club contest. So here I am prepping my colors. In 2 containers I have oil and in 2 containers I have distilled water. Into the oils I'm using a new tone navy and a new tone green pigment. And into the water, I'm going to put in titanium dioxide for water. And in one of those whites, I'm going to put a little bit of activated charcoal. So the color scheme I'm going for is a popular football team here in the Pacific Northwest of navy, green, gray, and white. Here I am mixing in the lye water solution into my base oils. I want to keep the batter very fluid, so I start the mixing with a spatula and then I try a whisk. I want the batter to be just at emulsion, which means that the oils and the lye won't separate anymore. But then I forgot to put in the kaolin clay. Normally I would do that to my base oils before and stick blend it in really smooth. So I need to stick blend it a little bit more now. It's a little bit lumpy. I'm hoping that it will turn out okay because I have to still put in the fragrance and the colors, which is also more mixing. The scent I'm using today is an essential oil blend of peppermint, eucalyptus, and green tea. Now I am splitting the batter into 4. I'm trying for equal amounts, but I'm just going to eyeball it and call it good. Close enough is good enough today. So the titanium dioxide white needs to be stick blended a little bit so that the color comes through. It just is. It just needs a little extra help. But it also thickens it up really quickly too. Between the stick blending and the pigment makes that one accelerate. So I don't have pointy spouts on my containers, but I do have squeeze bottles, so that is the way I'm going to go today. I'm going to put in as much soap as possible. So the white I'm going to put in the bottom since it is thickening up. Originally I wanted it on the top, but sometimes you just have to do what you got to do. Here's the navy. The technique is to quickly, with a back and forth movement, put layers, tiny little streams of soap in. And you want some of that base layer, underneath layer, to show through a little bit. And then the extra soap I had, I just put on top. And then repeat with the gray. It's the same song, second verse. And since I'm doing the football colors, I want to put in a football embed. So that's what this is. And I'm going to show you how I made that. It's using soap dough that I made a month or so ago. It's just a basic orange. And a football is pretty much a circle with points on 2 ends. So I'm just going to freehand it and see if I can get that shape. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to have that general shape, so when you look at it from the side, it looks like a football. Alright, I think that's pretty good. So the last layer is green. This green looks really olive and dark. It's gonna turn out to be a light, friendly, happy green once it saphonifies. So this soap, I'm planning on having it go through a full gel. So I have preheated my oven to the lowest setting. It's 170 degrees. Once it preheated all the way, I turned off the oven, and I'm going to put the soap in the oven with just the residual heat for about 4 to 6 hours and spray it with rubbing alcohol. Make sure it doesn't ash on top. All right. So now I'm cutting the soap. I'm pretty impressed with the design in that it's really cool looking. It doesn't have the delicate points that I was going for, but it is a very neat design. I should have waited a little bit longer to cut it as the gray is still a little bit goopy. I'm just impatient, but it's fine. I smooth it out with my finger. The white and gray layers have a lot of glycerin rivers in them, and that's because I used that distilled water to mix the titanium dioxide with. But I think it looks pretty cool, especially in the gray layer. It gives you that extra little something in there. It's not super pointy, but it gets it across. So here are the finished bars right after I cut them. I want the football to stand out a little bit more, so I carved around them and I used some rubbing alcohol and copper mica to fill them in to make them shiny. I think it turned out well, and I think my football fan customers will really like this soap. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you learned something as I learned something. I gained experience on trying to keep my soap batter fluid. I learned about glycerin rivers, and I got a great first try at Pointy Layers designed. So have a great day, and I hope I inspired you to go out and make some soap.